ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So now we are in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We finished 17 slokas in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is teaching here in this 9th chapter the most confidential knowledge, which is titled as the most confidential knowledge. So here Krishna is actually giving in the first from the first 10 slokas we studied about. Krishna said very clearly that this entire material world, this entire material nature, everything is under his control. So Krishna said that everything is in me. So, and also Krishna said that at the end of the kalpa, when the Brahma's day ends, everything enters into my nature. Then again I create them. So that's what Krishna was teaching us very clearly. In the first 10 slokas we understood. But then Krishna taught us that when he comes in this human descent form, when he descends in human form, actually the fools deride me. That's what Krishna said. So then about the Mahatmas, about the devotees, what they do. So that also Krishna said very clearly. We understood about that. So the Mahatmas, the great souls, they actually worship me all the time. So that's what Krishna taught us. So they worship me all the time, and knowing that I am the Supreme Personality of God. I am the Bhutadim, Jnatva Bhutadim Avyayam. So that way, now Krishna is teaching even more about himself. See, in the 7th chapter we understood about Krishna more, and now in the 9th chapter also we are understanding more about Krishna. In the 8th chapter, entire 8th chapter, Krishna taught us about how to reach him. So basically the first six chapters of Bhagavad Gita, it's mainly about ourselves, mainly about the Atma, about the soul. So then starting from the 7th chapter onwards, we are going to study, we are going to understand more about Krishna. So until the 12th chapter, so it's all about Krishna only. So that means this Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters. So in these 18 chapters, the first 6 chapters, they are talking everything. Krishna is giving knowledge about our Atma, our soul. So in that, in the 2nd chapter itself, the 20 slokas, 11th sloka to 30th sloka, very clearly Krishna focuses only about the soul only. In those 20 slokas, in each and every sloka, each and every verse, Krishna is giving the knowledge about the soul only, about the Atma. We are not the body, we are the soul. So that point is very clear for us. That knowledge is very clear. So then, now in the 6 chapters, like especially in the 6th chapter, Krishna, from the 6th chapter itself, Krishna is giving us knowledge about how to control our mind. So how to keep the mind under the control of the self, and how to make our mind as our best friend. All such things Krishna is teaching. And of course, Arjuna asked one question that what is the fate of an unsuccessful yogi? If a person is not able to control his mind, so what is going to happen to him? So that's what Arjuna asked. So Krishna said that it's not a problem. If he's not able to control his mind, he's not going to meet with any destruction. So he's going to actually again come back and start from where he lives. So that way it is guaranteed that when we are putting efforts to reach Krishna, so now Krishna is guaranteeing, Krishna is telling very clearly, we understand from Bhagavad Gita that we are not going to lose anything. We are going to use whatever progress we make, it's going to stay with us. So that part we are very, very clear in Bhagavad Gita. So that way we are able to make progress, we are able to put efforts so that we are not going to lose anything. That is the main point. So whatever we are getting, for example, we are studying Bhagavad Gita now, we are getting knowledge about Krishna, and we are engaging ourselves in Krishna's service. We are trying to bring more devotees. We are trying to make more devotees. So all these efforts, whatever progress we are making, so these are all going to stay with us. So then in the 7th chapter, Krishna is teaching about himself, about the knowledge of the absolute. So only a person who has the complete knowledge. In the 7th chapter, the very important sloka, in the 19th sloka, Krishna is teaching us that a person who is in full knowledge will surrender unto me, knowing that I am everything. So Vasudeva is everything. So Jnani Atmaiva Me Matam. That's what Krishna is saying, that I consider the knowledgeable person, the Jnani, to be myself. Jnani Atmaiva Me Matam. Asitaga Sahi Yuktatma Mamevan Uttamam Gadam. The reason is that he's always engaged in my service, keeping me as the ultimate destination. Mamevan Uttamam Gati. So that's why being a Jnani is very important. That means having the knowledge is very important. The knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So once we have this knowledge, then only we are able to fully surrender unto Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Because with this knowledge, we realize that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have to do everything for Krishna only, for Krishna's satisfaction. So those who have no knowledge will go to other gods. So the difference between having the knowledge or not having the knowledge is that those who have full knowledge of Bhagavad Gita will go to Krishna. So those who have no knowledge will actually Kritagnyanaga. Kritagnyanaga means those who have no knowledge will go and surrender into other gods. And they will actually aim for only temporary material results. Whereas the knowledgeful person, a Jnani, only asks for permanent results. That is, our goal is only to get whatever we want to get, we want it to be permanent. So that is Krishna's abode. That is Krishna consciousness. So that is what is going to stay with us all the time. We are not going to lose at all. But the person who has no knowledge about Krishna, who has no knowledge that he is the soul, so will ask only for something temporary. So that's why Krishna is saying that that is antavatu palam tesha. So those kinds of results, those type of results will come to an end, antavatu. So whereas in the 6th chapter, just a few minutes ago I quoted that those devotees who try to control mind, so who try to go to Krishna, so for them, whatever the results what we are going to get, it's not going to come to an end. So we are going to start from, in our next life, we are going to start from where we live. So it's going to be permanent. Whereas those who have no knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, who has no knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the results what they get in this world, actually that will come to an end. It is not permanent results. They are not permanent results. Antavatu palam tesa. Tadbhavati alpa medasa. So because they are not intelligent. So one thing is that they don't have knowledge, and also they are not intelligent. Alpa medasa. Alpa medasa means they are less intelligent. So they are not very intelligent. So antavatu palam tesam. Antavatu palam tesam. Tadbhavati alpamedasam devan devayayo yanti madbhaktaha yanti mamapi. So those who worship such demigods will go to them, whereas those who worship me will come to me. That's what Krishna is saying there. Devan devayo yanti, madbhaktaha yanti mamapi. So the knowledge only makes that difference. Because we are getting that knowledge, so we are knowing, we are understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Because we are getting the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Because of this knowledge only we are able to understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. If you don't have this knowledge, so then we will also be in this material way, going after the material sense objects, and we'll be simply wasting this human life, precious human life. But we should be very thankful to Krishna, and we are very fortunate that we are getting this knowledge. And of course, we are going to use this knowledge. So ultimately, at one point of time in our life, if in this life or next life, we don't know at which life, but we are going to completely surrender unto Krishna. So we will not have any material desires at all. So we will fully surrender unto Krishna. Knowing that Krishna is everything. Vasudevam sarvamiti. Krishna is everything. So that kind of knowledge, it is going to come to us. That kind of realization is going to come to us when we get this complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's why these 18 chapters, 700 slokas, we need to study repeatedly, understand it, study many, many times, understand all the slokas, and then spread this message and follow Krishna's instructions. So then our life is going to be very peaceful and blissful. So in the 8th chapter, then Krishna is teaching us about how to reach him, how to attain the Supreme. That is because Arjuna has asked that question, as I said in the previous lecture. Arjuna has asked the question that how to reach you. Prayana kale katham nyeyosi. At the time of death, how to know you. Niyatatmabhi. So self-control. How to be self-controlled and how to know you at the time of death. So that's what Arjuna asked that question. So because he asked such question, Krishna is teaching in the entire 8th chapter how to attain the Supreme. So there we have understood a lot of things. Krishna said very clearly that you can attain me very easily if you remember me all the time. So I am very easy to obtain. If you remember me all the time, I am very easy to obtain. Sulabhaha partha. Tasyagam sulabhaha partha. So that way for us, we need to somehow in our life, 24/7, we need to be remembering Krishna only all the time. We have to engage in Krishna's service all the time. So that means whatever we do, we have to do it for Krishna. And we are getting that knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, we are getting that knowledge. And of course, we are going to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We are going to sing Krishna's kirtans. That is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. So all such things are going to happen. And Krishna himself will give us opportunities to do that basically. Because this knowledge actually makes everything bright. The darkness will just go away. And with this knowledge, we will be able to plan our life. We will be able to decide our priorities. We will be able to do everything in the right way. So only all such things are going to be possible only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's what we are getting. So when we get this knowledge, so that means Krishna is saying that our knowledge is covered by ignorance. So that's why our knowledge is covered by ignorance. That is ajnana and avritam jnanam. That's why we are bewildered in this way. Once we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then no more ignorance. Adhyatma vidya. So we are getting the knowledge about ourself, our Atma. So then in the 9th chapter, in the last couple of slokas, last few slokas, what we studied, Krishna taught us that Krishna is everything. Aham kratugu, aham yajnaga, swadaham, aham ausadam, mantrogam, aham evagyam, aham agnihi, aham kutam. So in each and every line, Krishna used aham many times, at least 2 times in each and every line. Aham kratugu, aham yajnaga, swadaham, aham ausadam, mantrogam, aham evagyam, aham agnihi, aham kutam. 8 times Krishna used the word aham. So Krishna is everything. And Krishna is the Param Brahman. Krishna is the Supreme Brahman. So that's why we need to do everything for Krishna. So Brahmarpanam, Brahmakaviki, Brahmagno, Brahmanakutam, Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhi. So there also Krishna used many times this Brahman. So that sloka also I referred earlier. So, but here Krishna is even teaching us more. In the 7th chapter, when Krishna said that, Mattaga parataram na anyati kinchit asti dhananjaya, mayi sarvam idam proktam, sutre mani ganaiva. That's what Krishna said. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna said that there is nothing else superior to me. So I am everything. So that's what Krishna taught us. Mattaga parataram na anyati kinchit asti dhananjaya. So then immediately Krishna said from there how he is supreme. That is Rasogam apsu kaunteya prabhasmi sasi suryayo pranavaga sarva vedesu sabdaga ke paurusam rusu. So Krishna taught us that Rasogam apsu kaunteya. I am the taste in water. Rasogam apsu. Apsu kaunteya. Because when we want to drink water, it's tasty. So that's why we are able to drink water. So Krishna is saying that I am the taste in water. So Rasogam apsu kaunteya, prabhasmi sasi suryayo. So I am the light from the sun and moon. Pranavaga sarva vedesu. I am the pranava, the Om mantra in all the Vedas. So I am the sabdaha ke. I am the sound in space. And sabdaha ke paurusam rusu. I am the ability in man. So there Krishna said that I am this. So Krishna says that aham like that. So like that here in the 9th chapter also in these few slokas, Krishna is teaching us very clearly that aham like that. So here in the sloka what we studied last week, that is Pitahamasya jagatho mata tata pitamahaka vedyam pavitram omkara riksamaya jurevacha. So I am the Pita, Pitahamasya jagato. I am the Mata, Data, Pitamaga. So I am the mother, father, mother, and the supporter, and the grandfather. Everything Krishna. So I am everything. That's what Krishna is teaching. So that way, we need to understand that Krishna is everything. So we should not forget. That is the main thing. We need to make sure that we remember Krishna all the time. That we do everything for Krishna. We need to make sure that we need to do everything for Krishna. So then our life is going to be full of bliss. We are not going to get any problem, any miseries. So that's what Anamaya. So we will not have any miseries. So that way, here Krishna is teaching us in the 9th chapter even more. All these slokas, Krishna is teaching us that how he is the supreme personality of God. Krishna is proving very much. So even in the 10th chapter also, Krishna will say the same thing. So, aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaga sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma. So I am the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. Anyone knows this, worship me. That's the main thing. Iti matva bhajante ma. So there in the 10th chapter about the opulence of the Absolute, Krishna is going to use the word aham so many times. In each and every sloka, when Arjuna asks the question, Arjuna asks Krishna to explain about his opulence. So at that time Krishna tells Arjuna that my opulence is unlimited. But I shall explain to you the most prominent ones. Hantate pravakshami divyagi atma vibhudayaga pradanyataga kurusresta nastyanto vistarasyame. Nastyanto vistarasyame. There is no end. There is no limit. There is no end for my opulence. That's what Krishna is saying there. Nastyanto vistarasyame. So that way Krishna is going to teach us in the 10th chapter. We are going to study and understand about his opulence. And then in the 11th chapter, the universal form, the Viswarupa. So we are going to understand about the Viswarupa, Krishna's universal form. So then in the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga, the devotional service unto Krishna. In that chapter, Krishna, in many slokas says, Krishna lists the characters of the devotees whom he likes so much. He says that Sachame Priyaga, like that the slokas end. At the end, the 4th line ends as Sachame Priya, means he is dearer to me. He is dearer to me. Like that Krishna lists the qualities of the devotees. So if the devotees who have these types of qualifications, they are dearer to me. That's what Krishna says. So that way, these 6 chapters, starting from the 7th chapter to 12th chapter, we are getting the complete knowledge about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this knowledge we cannot get from anywhere else. About Krishna, about the knowledge about Krishna, he himself has to say. Krishna himself. So of course in Srimad Bhagavatam also we understand how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, but here Krishna himself is saying. So Krishna himself says about or giving knowledge about himself, because no one can know about him without Krishna is telling us. So name vidagu suraganaga prabhavam namagarisega, because no one knows about me. So even in the 7th chapter, Krishna said that in the 7th chapter, 3rd shloka, Manushyanam sagasresu kaschit yatati siddhe yatadamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvada. So only 1 in 1,000 will endeavor for perfection, and those who are endeavoring for perfection, only one will really knows me in truth. So that way, to know about Krishna himself has to tell us. So that's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us everything. Krishna is giving us the knowledge about himself. So we are getting the complete knowledge about Krishna in the 7th chapter to 12th chapter. We are getting the full knowledge. So by Krishna's mercy, we are getting this knowledge. So we are getting the knowledge about ourselves in the first 6 chapters, and we are getting the knowledge about Krishna in the next 6 chapters. So all such things. Then in the 13th chapter onwards, it's actually more about the 3 modes of material nature. Everything revolves around it. So because Arjuna asks the question about Prakriti, Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnana, Jnaya. So there Krishna talks about everything, but when he starts talking about the Prakriti, there is the 3 modes of material nature. Then Krishna is taking that chapter to even the 14th chapter, 15th chapter, and 16th chapter. Everything Krishna is continuing, even the 17th chapter, without Arjuna asking any question. Arjuna asks the questions in the 13th chapter. Then in the 14th chapter, towards the end, Arjuna asks the question. So the entire 13th chapter, then Krishna is teaching. And then in the 14th chapter, towards the end, Arjuna asks the question about what are the symptoms of a person who is freed from the 3 modes of material nature. Kairlingai trin gunanetan atito bhavati prabho kimacharaga katam chaitan trin gunan ativartade. So there Arjuna is asking the question. Then for that question, then Krishna is continuing. Then in the entire 15th chapter and the 16th chapter and the 17th chapter. So 17th chapter also in the beginning Arjuna asks a question, but 15th, 16th chapters continuously Krishna is teaching. So that way we are understanding so much knowledge in this Bhagavad Gita about ourselves, about Krishna, and about how the 3 modes of material nature are controlling us. So all these things we are understanding very clearly. So now in the shloka what we are studying in the 19th chapter, in the 9th chapter, shloka number 18, Krishna is continuing that. Gathir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasaga Saranam Suhurt Prabhavaga Pralayagastanam Nidanam Bijamavyayam. So Krishna is the Gathir. Gadir means Krishna is the destination. Basically, Krishna is the goal. Gadir. And Krishna is the maintainer, supporter, Bharta. So Krishna is the Bharta. So Krishna says in one shloka in the 13th chapter, Ubhadrishta Anumanta Bharta Bhokta Maheswaraka Paramatme iti chayuktaga Degesmin Purusarshava. So Krishna is Bharta, Upadrishta, Anumanta, Bharta. Bharta means Krishna is the maintainer, supporter. So here Gatir Bharta and Krishna is the master, Prabhu. So Gatir Bharta, Prabhu, Krishna is the master, Krishna is the Lord, and Krishna is the witness, Sakshi. That's why Upadrishta. Upadrishta means he's overseer. So he's seeing, he's the witness for everything. Krishna knows everything, what we are doing, what we have done, what we are doing, everything Krishna knows. Krishna is the witness. So Krishna records everything and Krishna knows everything. So that's why Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi. And Krishna is the abode, Nivasaga. So that's why Srinivasa also, Krishna is known as Srinivasa. So Sri is Lakshmi, where the goddess Lakshmi is staying in Krishna's heart. So that's why Srinivasa. So Krishna is the abode for all of us. Krishna is the Nivasa and Krishna is the refuge, Saranam. So we can surrender only unto Krishna. There is no point in surrendering to anyone in this world. We simply have to go and surrender unto Krishna only. That's why Krishna said that You sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. Saranam means you surrender unto me. So Krishna is the ultimate refuge. So you just surrender, you just abandon everything and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. You do not fear. So sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucharam. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. You do not fear. So Nivasaga, Saranam and Sukurt. Krishna is the Sukurt. Krishna is the well-wisher. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvaloka mageswaram sukurdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam santim richati. So anyone who knows that I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices and I am the supreme Lord, controller of all the worlds, sarvaloka mageswaram, and I am the well-wisher. I am the well-wisher, Sugart. So well-wisher of all living entities. Sugurdam sarva bhutanam. That's why here Krishna is saying that Sugurt. So Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasaga Saranam Sugurt. And then Prabhavaga Pralayaga Sthanam. So Krishna is the Prabhavaga, is the creator. And the Pralayaga, he's the destroyer. He annihilates everything. So that's why Prabhavaga Pralayaga Sthanam and Nidanam Bijam Avyam. So he is the resting place and Nidanam and Bijam, he is the seed. So Krishna is the seed giving father, Nidanam. So Bijam. So in one sloka, Krishna says in the 14th chapter, Aham Bija Pratagapita. Aham Bija. Bija means seed. So that's what Nidanam Bijam. Bijam Avyayam. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So the resting place and the seed and then Avyayam. Avyayam means Krishna is always there, imperishable. Krishna is always Avyayam. So that way, Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasaga Saranam Suhurt Prabhavaga Pralayaga Sthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. So that's why we understand Krishna is everything. So if we get this knowledge, so if we surrender unto Krishna, if we do everything for Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then our life, we will be able to completely free ourselves from this material bondage. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 18th sloka in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So I will stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. We don't have questions, but I will unmute some regular devotees and come back to unmute new devotees.
Yes.
Surajit Prabhu, I will unmute you so that you can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna, sir. Good evening.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Good evening, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I understand what you taught today. Thank you very much. No questions from my end. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Guruji. I'll unmute A. Venkata Nagarjun.
Good morning, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Today I understanding everything, Guruji. What you are saying today, class.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I'll unmute Ashwin Kumar Chibber. Ashwin, you can talk with Guruji now. Ashwani Kumar Chibber, I see you have raised a hand. I'm unmuting you. You can talk with Guruji.
Yeah. Guruji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. You said right now that a person should get the knowledge of from Gita and all the whatever the verses are being shown, the slokas and all that, 9th chapter. Suppose he is aged and he just takes a half a knowledge of it, then does he return back to get the full knowledge? He is to return back.
Yes,
That
Prabhu. Until we remember Krishna at the time of death, we will keep coming back, Prabhu. So in order to remember Krishna at the time of death, We should have the complete knowledge. That's why Krishna is saying that Jnanavan Mam Prapatyati. So we will be able to surrender unto Krishna only if we have the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. So then we will understand fully that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we will be able to fully surrender unto Krishna. So that's why Jnanavan Mam Prapatyati. So Vasudevam Sarvamiti. We need to know that Vasudeva is everything. Krishna is everything. So that way, if we are serious, if we are interested in this, whatever we are doing right now, so we are not going to stop, and we will keep progressing in life after life. We will make progress and we will go back to Krishna, definitely. So, Aneka Janma Samsiddhaga Tato Yati Param Gati. So, Prayatnat Yatamanastu. Krishna is saying that Prayatnat Yatamanastu Yogi Samsuddha Kil Bisagam. Prayatnat Yatamanastu Yogi Samsuddha Kil Bishaga Aneka Janma Samsiddhaga Tato Yati Param Gati. So it will take many lifetimes, Aneka Janma, but at the end, when we get the complete perfection, we will reach Krishna. Tato Yati Param Gati. You understand that, no?
Yes. Thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I will unmute Anand Kumar. Anand, you can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You understood everything, Prabhu?
Understood everything, Guruji. No further clarifications required, Guruji.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I'll unmute Annie Pepper. Annie, you can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I don't have any questions tonight. Your explanations were very clear, very good, and I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. We have a question from R.K. Goyal Prabhu. He asked, Hare Krishna, Guruji, what is more important, to aspire for mukti or to be in the state of bhakti?
Okay, Prabhu. Excellent question, Prabhu. So what is most important? More important to aspire for mukti or be in the state
of bhakti?
Yes, Prabhu. Of course, mukti we need to aspire for because we want to be with Krishna. So that is sometimes devotees say that we should not be thinking about mukti only. We should only ask Krishna to give us more service. But Krishna is actually in Bhagavad Gita repeatedly saying that you come to me. Many times Krishna is saying that, come to me, like that. So that way we definitely want to go to Krishna. There is no doubt about it. So that way we cannot say that we should not aspire for mukti. That is not it's not right to say like that, because we definitely want to go to Krishna. There is no doubt about it. We definitely want to get rid of the three modes of material nature and we want to go to Krishna. But that when we want to go to Krishna, because we want to be with him, because we love Krishna. Because we love Krishna and we believe in Krishna and we accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why we want to go to Krishna. That's why we want to achieve mukti. We don't want to keep coming back to this material world and suffering and struggling. So Krishna himself says very clearly that Anityam Asukam Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasvamam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna himself said very clearly. So that way, but we can go to Krishna only with bhakti. Bhaktyat ananya labhyaga. So bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataga tadomam tattvato jnatva visate tat anantam. So one can understand me only with bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Bhaktyat labhyaga ananyaga. So we can attain Krishna only by bhakti, by devotion. So that means if we have bhakti, then we will get mukti. So we should aspire for mukti definitely. And now we will get the knowledge, and then we will develop bhakti towards Krishna. Then with that bhakti, Krishna is going to give us intelligence. With that intelligence, we will be able to go to Krishna. So tesam satata yuktana bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. So those who are always engaged in my devotional service with so much love towards me, I shall give the intelligence by which they can come to me. So dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. So that way, both should be needed. So we want mukti, and we need bhakti, and we need this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we develop love towards Krishna, then we render devotional service unto Krishna, and then Krishna is going to give us the intelligence, and with that intelligence, we are going to go to Krishna. That mukti is going to come. So where there is bhakti, definitely mukti will be there. If there is no bhakti, then there is no mukti. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I will unmute Vijay Prabhu. Vijay, you can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Vijay Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, everything is great. No question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I see a name Vaishnava Devi. Vaishnava Devi, I think you're joining the classes recently. I will unmute you so that you can get introduced with Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So you understood very clearly, Mataji, today? Hare Krishna.
Vaishnava Devi, if you can unmute.
No questions, Guruji.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It's good. You are able to attend both Tamil and English. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I see a name Madhu iPhone 7 Plus. I'll unmute Madhu. You can talk with Guruji. It says Madhu iPhone 7 Plus. I'm unmuting you. You can talk with Guruji. All right. I'll unmute Meera Madabushi. Meera, you can talk with Guruji.
Sorry, Guruji, I came in late today.
No problem.
I was listening. So, yeah, I'm trying to listen daily as much as I can.
Yes.
So I'm really enjoying your classes.
You can watch
Thank you for what you're doing to all of us.
Yes, Madhu. You can watch the YouTube video for today's class.
Yes, I will do that. Yeah, definitely.
Any other questions here, Mataji? Any other questions here?
No, not anything for right now.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji. I'll unmute RK Goel.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
It's a very wonderful class going on, and I have already asked the question. Very nicely explained. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. This has been discussed many times in the past also, Prabhu. They are all Krishna only, Prabhu.
So how do you differentiate demigods and Krishna?
See, demigods, actually, they are like other gods. Basically, we understand from Bhagavad Gita, because Krishna himself says that I am the Shiva, Rudranam Sankaras Chasmi, Ramagas Sastra Bridaham, I am Lord Rama. So that's what Krishna is saying. But not just because based on this one only, but we know that they are avatars, correct? And that's why I normally quote from Brahma Samhita. So there only it's very clearly mentioned about the relationship between all the gods and Krishna very clearly. So there, Krishna is Shiva himself, is very clearly explained, and Krishna is Rama also is very clearly explained. Rama dimurtisu kalani yamena tistan nana avataram akarur bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramapumanyu govindamadi purusham tamagam bhajami. So like that Krishna says. So that way, Krishna is the one who is avatari. So he came as many avatars. So similarly, Lord Shiva is also Krishna. So it's very clearly explained in Brahma Samhita. In Brahma Samhita, all the other gods' relationship with Krishna is very, very clearly explained.
Thank you, Guruji. I will unmute Ranjit Prabhu. Ranjit, you can talk with Guruji. I see a name Satish Kumar. Satish Kumar, I'll unmute you. You can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
What I'm doing now, what I should do now, how to keep continuing the right path. Yes. So I don't know, when just tears flowed when you said that, oh God, I'm just stuck nowhere between, like that I was feeling it. Thank you so much for that one little word. It just shook me up. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you. In fact, we should thank Arjuna because he asked Krishna that question in Bhagavad Gita when Krishna talked about how to control the mind. So Arjuna asked that question that to Krishna that what is going to happen to a person who is not able to fully control the mind and who is deviated in between and who died, what is going to happen to him. So at that time only Krishna says that he will come back and again take birth in a devotee and a rich family, and he will start from purvabhyasena tenaiva kriyate avasopisaga jijnasurapicha yogasya sabda brahma ativartade. So purvabhyasena means in the previous life, whatever practice we did, abhyasa means practice, purva abhyasena. So that's what then jijnasu. So we will inquire in our next life, we will automatically be very inquisitive. Purva abhyasena tenaiva kriyate avasopi sagam. So jijnasura picha yogasya sabda brahma, we will naturally be inclined to. So labate paurva dehikam. So labate paurva dehikam means we will attain our previous body, whatever the progress we had, we will get it. So that's what Krishna is saying, Prabhu. So in the 6th chapter in the Dhyana Yoga. So that way we should thank very much to Arjuna. He is asking such very nice questions, correct? So yes, Prabhu. So
okay.
If you understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, then all the questions are answered. That is the main thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start reading it now because it's my first session. I missed few. Is there any way I can look into the YouTube or something like your video?
Yes, Prabhu. You already joined in the WhatsApp group, correct?
Yeah.
If you are in one of the WhatsApp group you joined, we will send in few hours after this. Send the YouTube video link for the today's session. So then you can subscribe to that channel. Then you will get the previous recorded lectures are available in that YouTube channel.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
And is this time convenient for you, bro? I think it is sometime afternoon for you, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, you're working from home, so I'm okay with it.
That's good. Yeah. That's nice, bro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice. It's nice you could join, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. I'll unmute Shailaja. Shailaja, you can talk with Guruji. I see you have raised your hand.
Yes, thank you for connecting me. Guruji, based on the previous question, I just had this question. If there is a devotee, who has not understood Gita properly, and yes, he has made some progress, but not too much, or not realized Krishna fully. So assuming that at the time of death he's not remembering Krishna, he has not realized Krishna, despite that, will he still be able to carry the progress that he has made so far in the previous life? Despite that, he'll be able to carry forward the knowledge?
Yes, Mataji.
In his next birth.
Progress we make, say if we made some 20-30% progress, so we will just keep it with us. So from next life, we will start from 30, for example, 30% progress made, then we'll start from 30, then we will progress towards it. So that percentage, how much percentage of progress we make in this life, that we don't know, like Krishna knows. So that's what Krishna is teaching us very clearly, that Neha Vikrama nasosti pratyavayo na vidyati. Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. We are not going to lose anything and nothing is going to be reduced from us in this endeavor. Neha Vikrama nasosti pratyavayo na vidyati. Even a little advancement we make in this endeavor, in this path, it protects us from the most dangerous type of fear. So that way, like we will leave it to Krishna, and Krishna knows, and when the time comes, we will be able to fully surrender unto Krishna. But we should make as much progress as possible in this life. That is the main thing. So if possible, if we make 100 progress in this life itself, 100%, so then we can remember Krishna at the time of death, we'll go to Krishna. But whatever progress we make, we are not going to lose it. We are going to start. So at least human life is guaranteed for us. There is no doubt about it. Human birth is guaranteed for us, and we will continue what progress we are doing. There is no doubt about it, because we are already engaged in this effort. You understand that, Mataji? Hare Krishna. I think you got muted, I think. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I don't have any question, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can unmute us, Shailaja Mataji, again, Prabhu. I think Sika.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guruji, I just wanted to say one thing, share one thing, that yes, it is a yoga that we all come together from different parts of the world and we are sitting together and discussing this. It is definitely a yoga, because I have forwarded this message to I don't know how many people, but and a lot of them even said they will join and this and that, but I think it is a yoga. I mean, it doesn't happen, till the time has not come. It just doesn't happen. So let's consider ourselves really fortunate to be getting this precious knowledge. It is bliss.
You are absolutely,
so I'm really thankful for that.
Because 1 in 1,000. So Krishna is saying in the 7th chapter, 3rd shloka, Manushyanam sahasresu kaschit yatati siddhi. So 1 in 1,000 will endeavor for perfection. So that way, but even if we consider 1 in 1,000, in billions, there are millions of devotees are there, correct? If you put it in 1,000, correct? Right. So if in the world 7 billion plus population means 7 million devotees are there. Million is not a small number. That means still there are thousands and thousands of devotees are there. If we are very sincerely, that's what our goal here is. We will all together put as a very nice team and put a lot of efforts to identify as many devotees as possible and teach them about it. So definitely there are many, as you said, that we are very fortunate and we are here, correct? True. So there is opportunity there for us, Mataji. I'm very thankful. I'm very happy that you are already doing this service. You are trying to share, and we can only share. Whoever is willing to join, they can join. That much only we can do. True. But the sharing is very important. Like spreading Krishna's message is very important. So if we are able to identify, at least in our case, if we are able to identify thousands of devotees, what we are doing, putting this effort, and then we will be able to do so much service to Krishna as a very big team, actually. Krishna's mercy. True. So these days with technology, we can do so many things, correct, Mataji? Krishna is giving us a lot of knowledge, a lot of like intelligence, strength and everything. So since our goal is only to please Krishna, if we all understand the Bhagavad Gita knowledge fully, so that means we know what exactly Krishna expects from us. So we can just work together as a big team to please Krishna. So that is only service is to identify devotees and teach them Bhagavad Gita. That is the only thing we need to do. So we will keep doing that, Mataji, and we will leave everything rest to Krishna.
True. Guruji, I had one more question, Guruji. The Facebook ad, I mean, the rules of that does not prohibit me to forward it to other groups here locally, right? I'm in the Bay Area and there are a lot of Indians here. Not just Indians, there are so many others also who may be interested.
So in Bay Area, which place, Mataji, you are exactly?
Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. This is the east of Bay Area.
Okay.
It's called a place, Mountain House.
The reason I'm asking right now, Thimir Prabhu and Siva Prabhu, they are also in that same place only, Bay Area only. So they are organizing this like every day. Thimir Prabhu only created that Facebook ad, and you need to ask him. Maybe Thimir Prabhu, you can answer Mataji's question, Prabhu. Thimir Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, actually you can share it too. Share it with as many people as possible. Like that's what we request devotees, like every 1 month. I give them the post and then I request them to share with their friends. So if you are already doing that, then thank you very much for that.
Right, no problem about that. No, the ad itself, when I tried to do it with some other, volunteering that I'm doing. The Facebook ad that is there, the flyer, it doesn't, I think there is no option to share that in a group. Then that nullifies the ad purpose of ad, when I'm trying to, so I had a confusion there.
Okay, then I can do one thing. I can give you the original poster and the link for the Google Doc. So I am like one of the admins in that group. So my number starts with +1 217. So you can message me and then I will share with you the original poster and the Google Doc link, and then you can use that. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm in Santa Clara and Shiva Prabhu is in Sunnyvale.
Oh, awesome. I was there, San Jose, earlier. 1.5 years ago, I moved here.
Okay, Mataji.
Mountain House. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. That's very nice. So that way, I think, okay, Prabhu, Thimir Prabhu, you can share that thing, and very nice. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Satish Prabhu has some question. I'll unmute Satish Prabhu. Satish, you can talk with Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Just wrote in chat, if it is possible, then I have a humble thought. If 2 or 3 shlokas are covered from Bhagavad Gita, 700 shlokas, then these can be covered slightly early, as there could be some senior citizens like me. And the knowledge and the explanation is excellent. Dhanyavad Guruji. So that was my humble thought.
Actually, Prabhu, it's good thing what you asked. What I can do is that, Prabhu, I have the complete lectures recorded, Prabhu. I can try to, what I can do is that this is 5th or 6th cycle I'm doing, Prabhu. So many lectures are there. Every time it takes around, when usually earlier I used to give once a week, but 4 slokas. Now, since I'm doing every day, 6 days a week, so that's why I'm teaching one shloka. But when we were teaching that, I have all those lectures are recorded. So I will try to share that with you, Prabhu. You can actually go through all the chapters yourself. We'll try to share that. Is that okay for you, Prabhu? Satish Prabhu? Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Satish Prabhu still there, Prabhu?
I was muted.
Okay.
That is fine.
What I'm saying, Prabhu, if I share you all our previous recordings of the 18 chapters are available, Prabhu. You can go with your own pace. You can go through them, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay, great. Thank you very much.
So I will find it out how I can share that. Maybe I don't think they're all audio lectures. So in a YouTube, maybe in a website or somewhere, I will try to figure it out with our team. And we can do. Okay, bro?
Okay, right. Thank you, sir. Hare Krishna. Hare.
So this Prabhu, you are from Pune, correct, Prabhu?
Pune, yes, correct.
Okay. I will definitely.
Those when you have to surrender to Krishna only, not the other gods. So I was having some doubts. Later, I heard you answering another devotee. that all gods are same, because I was having that in my mind. When all gods are same, what is that we have to leave the other gods and have to surrender only Krishna when there is no difference among all the gods? So that doubt was lingering in my mind. But when you answered with a sloka to another devotee, all my doubts got clarified. And thank you for that. I'm happy and I understood everything, and I'm trying to go through the other slokas so that when I get the gist of what all has happened so far, because I never have gone through the whole, I tried, but it was not that much clear to me, Bhagavad Gita. So I was waiting to have a clear-cut knowledge about the Bhagavad Gita. And I'm very thankful for what you are doing, and through you I'm able to understand. So once I get the gist of what all you have finished so far, I may be having some more doubts. I'll ask.
Sure, Mataji.
Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.